We have covered a lot of ground in just 5 episodes. We've gone through a whole framework. We've taken a lot of legal pad notes, if you've been keeping up, or at least I hope. And so today, before we go anywhere else, I want to give you a tool. 3 questions you can ask of your own business right now that's going to tell you in about 10 minutes whether your messaging is actually doing its job. So today, there's no new framework to memorize, no homework that's going to take you forever. Just 3 questions. I want you to open your website in another tab, grab your legal pad, and we're going to put everything from this launch series to work in this one shorty episode. You're listening to Ready, Fire, Aim, a podcast about wrangling the chaos of entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Lacey Arant. Let's dive in. Okay, so welcome to episode 5. And if you've been here from the very beginning of this show, can I just say thank you? We have moved really fast. Episode 1, we covered the problem you actually solve because no one's paying you for your service. They're paying you for what changes on the other side of it. Episode 2, we got a little spicy around positioning through exclusion. Then we got into building your solution statement. We got rid of the word help, or at least I hope we did. And in episode 4, we got really deep, talking about how your brand strategy should belong to your business and not just to you. And so if you missed any of those, go back. They build on each other by design. And today we're going to put all of it to work. So here's the deal. You can listen to 100 podcasts about brand strategy. You can fill up an entire legal pad, or 10 if you're like me, with notes. You can learn all of the frameworks and the formulas, but if you cannot look at your own business and tell me whether your messaging is actually doing its job, then none of it really matters. And so today, we're going to get a little tactical, okay? I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Let's dig into them. Question number 1. If a stranger landed on your homepage right now, could they tell what you do in 5 seconds? 5 seconds. That's all I'm giving you. That's what anyone on the internet is giving you. Your potential client is not reading your homepage like a novel because they're just super interested. They are scanning. They are deciding in about the time it takes to take a big deep breath whether to keep scrolling or close the tab. They are looking for their problem to be solved and quick. So I want you to go right now, look at your homepage. Look at the first thing on the page, the headline. Whatever is the very first thing someone sees, and ask yourself, would a stranger know what I do? If someone stumbles upon my page, am I quickly showing them that I can solve their problem? Not what industry you're in, not what vibe you're giving off, what you actually do. So here's what you can do. You can read the first sentence that's visible on your homepage out loud. And then ask yourself, could this be on the website of a yoga studio, a juice bar? Could this apply to a financial planner or a marketing, professional? If the answer is yes, then your homepage is just decorative. It's not doing work for you, and it should be. This is the be beautiful inside and out problem we talked about several episodes ago. Just pretty words that really say nothing. And the cost to you is huge because the right client is on your website right now, and they are giving you 5 seconds. If your headline doesn't tell them that they're in the right place, almost immediately, they're gone, and you'll never even know you were there. Question number 2. Does your messaging exclude anyone? Well, this is a little bit of a gut check from episode 2. I want you to pull up your website or your Instagram bio or, your LinkedIn page. This could be your services or your offerings page. Anywhere that describes what you do and who you do it for, and ask yourself, who would read this right now and self-select out? Who am I confident that would read this sentence and would keep scrolling? If the answer is no one, I think you have a positioning problem. Because here's the truth, I have learned this the hard way. Clear positioning can be uncomfortable, but it means that you are choosing some people and not others. And when you don't make that choice on purpose, you make it by accident. Do not miss this. The accidental choice is almost always to be vague enough that no one is offended and no one is excluded. And that feels safe. But what it actually does is it makes sure that no one really recognizes themselves in it either. And so when you're worried about offending or excluding, we're actually making it almost certain that really no one can identify themselves, that no one can imagine themselves in the story that you're telling. So look for the exclusion language, words like for women who want subtle results, not dramatic, right? This is the example that we've kind of been working with throughout the whole series. Or I'm for founders ready to do the deep work, not the quick fix. And so in our case at Endeavor, we are for founders with a real problem to solve and a story worth telling. If you're just providing a random service that doesn't have a whole lot of meaning or, a powerful solution at the end of it, we're probably not the right fit for you. Specificity is exclusion and exclusion is positioning. And can I say this to you? Exclusion can be really kind. We never mean offending. We never mean exclusion out of being mean. We mean it as clarity and kindness because what you want for that person who is self selecting out of the content you're providing is to be able to go and find a provider who can meet their needs really well, right? That's what we all want. So if you read through your messaging and you cannot find a single word or a phrase that would make someone go, oh, that's not me, then that's some homework that you can try to clarify. Find the exclusion, add it back in, and the right person is going to lean into you closer. I promise you that. The wrong one is just going to keep scrolling. Both of these things are gifts. And question number 3, if you handed your website to a brand new team member today, could they sell your business for you from it? This one comes straight out of episode 4. And it is likely going to be the hardest of the 3. So let's brace yourself just a little bit. Because most founders, when they really sit with this question, they realize that that answer is no. And I have been there so many times. The website is just a shell of your offerings. The actual selling, the way you talk about your work, the way you describe the transformation, your passion behind it, the way you handle objections, the language that you use to shift when needed, the things you say that makes the right client say yes, all of that lives in your head or in your one-on-one text conversations, your DMs, or on your sales calls. None of it is likely written down anywhere that your team can find it. That's a bottleneck. That's the brand strategy, living in your head instead of your business. And if you haven't listened to episode 4, you have to go back and do that right now because I want you to go deep with me on this. And I have to tell you, I still work through it on my own all the time. None of us are exempt from this work. It's so easy to creep back in all the time. So back to your website, I want you to read it like you are a brand new hire in your business. With what is on that page alone right now, could you get on a sales call and feel equipped? Could you write an Instagram caption that really sounds like the founder? Could you draft a response to an inquiry email the way that your founder would? If you're feeling no, 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 then the brand is still trapped inside of you and we've got to get it free. The work, the real work here, the freedom creating work is to get it out of your head. Okay, so 3 questions. I'm going to give them to you one more time really quickly because I really do want you to do this. 1, could a stranger tell what you do in 5 seconds? 2, does your messaging exclude anyone? And 3, could a new hire sell your business from your website right now? And if you answered no to any of these, that's where you start. And honestly, if you answered no to all of them, don't panic. This is where most of us find ourselves as founders at one point or another. It's where I have been so many times in the last decade of being in business. But the fact that you are here listening to a podcast about something that can feel as technical as brand strategy with a notepad in your lap, willing to ask yourself these hard questions about your business, that's already further than most people get. And so before I let you go, I want you to do 2 things. First, here's what's happening with the show going forward. We just dropped 5 episodes in one day for you to celebrate this launch because I wanted to get this whole foundation in your hands as fast as possible. I wanted you to have all of this as a starting point to be able to work through at your own pace. And starting next week, Ready, Fire, Aim will drop every Tuesday morning. So one new episode a week, every week. So be sure that you're subscribing or following along wherever you listen. We are live on all streaming platforms, and turn on your notifications. And I want you to meet me back here on Tuesday. The episodes that we have coming up are so exciting, and I cannot wait to dig in deeper into all of these things that matter so much to your brand. We're going to go deeper into voice, messaging, client stories, experiences we've had with clients, experiences our clients have had in building their own brands. We're going to have guests, incredible ones, founders who have built unbelievable businesses and who are willing to share the things that it actually took, the stories that you might not hear on the episodes of other podcasts that you listen to. And so all of that starts so soon. And then secondly, I want to make you an offer here. If everything we've covered in these first 5 episodes are just making you feel like, gosh, I have got a lot of work to do. If you're sitting there thinking, I really have no idea where to start, but I know I've got gaps, I would love to look at your brand with you. So we do something at Endeavor called a brand clarity audit. It is a one-on-one deep dive where my team and I go through your messaging, your positioning, your website, your social channels. We can interview your team, all of it. And then we tell you where your gaps are and what to do next. This is an unbelievable deliverable we give you. The last one we did was a 34-page document that is beautifully branded and ready to hand off to the client so that they know exactly what their next steps should be. It's built on every single thing we've walked through together and so much more so far on the show. And it leaves you with a clear picture of what's working, what's not, and the specific next steps to fix it. You can take this kit and take it. You can continue. Well, we can help you. We can help you continue the process. We break out the action plan into phases, and we're happy to be the ones to walk you through your action plan or to be walking alongside you and provide the things that you need that show up in your audit. Or it is packaged and ready to go. If you already have a website developer, if you already have, designers you work with, or someone who already does these tactical things for you, it's literally packaged and ready to hand off to them to follow step by step. It's really incredible. And if this sounds like something that could serve you, I want you to go ahead and book a call with me and let's see if it is the right fit. You can do that at endeavorbranding.com. The first button you see says book a call, and that puts you on my calendar so that we can have this conversation. And if you're not quite ready for that yet, but if you're just like, I would just like a clearer picture of my business. Our quiz is an evergreen offering there waiting for you on our website. It is endeavorbranding.com/quiz. It is free. It is just there ready to coach you on whatever category of your business is your biggest gap right now. 4 minutes, 15 questions, gives you an instant score and 3 personalized coaching prompts depending on how you score. There are so many more tools on the way that I truly am so excited for you to get your hands on, but this is the fastest thing I can give you today. And one more thing, if these 5 episodes have meant something to you, the single best thing you could do for us and for this show is to send this episode or this whole launch series to the founder friend that you keep thinking about while you're listening. The one who texts you sometimes about how stuck they feel in business, or the one who is brilliant, but their brand is invisible. The one who is working so hard and more people need to see them. Please send them the show. That's how we grow, and that's how we can get into the ears of the people who need it most. This is the thing that I wish I would have had when I started my first business at, let's call it 20 years old, 15 years ago. And now it is here. And it is here for the one who really wants to build something meaningful. And I'm so honored to walk alongside you if that is you. I'm so honored to share my most expensive mistakes so that you don't have to make them. And I truly cannot wait to continue this journey with you. Okay, so that is the launch series, 5 episodes, one solid foundation, and so, so, so much more on the way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking notes, legal pads, Is that even a brand? I don't know, but we would love to be sponsored by Legal Pads if you're listening to this. Thank you for the DMs, the text messages, all the words of encouragement, and really just for showing up here today. This is what we are building together, and I'm so genuinely excited about what the future of this show looks like with you in it. So, one more time, and if you know it, you know by now. If you're waiting for permission, if you're waiting for perfect, if you're waiting to feel ready, let this be your reminder. Ready, fire, aim. And I'll see you on Tuesday.